Hey there, Sharon Horne, 1583 of What You Up To Now. Financial power, born with a silver spoon in your mouth, was our idiom for Supersize Your Business. Today, on this segment, I share what I'm thinking about, what's going on in businesses, the businesses I'm running or the businesses that I'm working with, etc. And just thoughts about offline and online business. How do we grow and supersize and build our businesses? Because supersizing your business, growing businesses is my favorite thing, one of my favorite things. And learning and personal development and growth and what things mean is my thing too, because it allows us, when we question ourselves and ask ourselves, what does something mean to us? Because it doesn't matter what it means to other people. It matters what it means to us, unless we're interacting with those other people, and then it might or might not matter, but it's worth giving a little bit of conscious thought and consideration to. So I share in this segment as I transition from brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business, and then back and forth, some of the lessons that I'm learning, some of the just thoughts I'm having, and what's going on. What am I doing? What's working? What's not working? The good, the bad, the ugly, the stuff that's worked, the stuff that hasn't worked. Because I would say I have tried just about anything you can imagine, offline and online, and some of it's worked for me, some of it hasn't. Some stuff that works super duper well and makes people multimillionaires, I've tried and worked at and tried to get to work for me, but didn't work for me. And usually it's because of some limiting belief that I have. The belief that it doesn't feel right to me. It feels kind of yucky or sleazy. I find that with a lot of tips, tricks, strategies, hacks, shortcuts, cheats. I never liked the idea of cheat codes for my kids in video games. So I don't like the idea of cheat codes. Now, I think you can crack a code of how things work and how people do business and how people think. And that's not a cheat or a hack. That's just understanding human behavior better. But some of the strategies that online marketers use and people to sell other people's stuff, I'm not ever going to do them because they feel skanky and sleazy to me. And I'm never wanting to be skanky or sleazy. So, what are we working on today? Today, our idiom, our expression was born with a silver spoon in your mouth. And this is an idiom and expression that was translated into English by a French gentleman, Anthony Mateau or something, in 1719. So it's been around for hundreds of years. And it turns out that only 1% of the American population, not sure for other countries, was actually born super duper wealthy. This idiom, this expression applies to wealth, the 1% top earners, top money makers, top wealthy in the United States, in the country, in the world. Forbes 500, Forbes 100, the Forbes billionaire list, things like that are lists of those people. And many of them have inherited their wealth, right? Others, however, not everyone on that list has been born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Not everyone. Yep, there's a whole lot of them that have. On the billionaire list, for example, but there's others that have earned it, right? Think Elon Musk, think, and I'm not sharing these people because I like or dislike them. I'm just saying, Elon Musk was not born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Donald Trump, on the other hand, he was born to a billionaire dad, so maybe he's considered born with a silver spoon in his mouth, which is why the vast majority of the people cannot relate to him, right? He automatically thinks differently than 99% of the other people on the planet because he was raised with a different set of beliefs and thoughts and experiences than 99% of the population. Other people have gotten themselves into, I think of all of the entrepreneurs and things that have built billion-dollar businesses and have gotten themselves into the 1% that weren't born in wealthy, weren't born with a silver spoon in their mouth. And those are the ones that are the inspirational stories for the rest of us, right? For the 99% of us that were not born with that silver spoon. So we talked about that in Supersize Your Business. And what does that have to do with supersizing your business? Well, it has to do with they think differently. We need to think differently. Now, chances are, if you've already started your own business, you already think differently than 95% of the population already. So the trick is to remember to switch your thinking when you're talking to the people that you're serving into what they're thinking, but think like the 1% or about money and wealth and creation and possibility, then so that we can create what it is. All right, I'm convoluting that, but I think you get what I'm talking about. where you start out does not determine where you finish, right? Where you're born, what you're born into doesn't determine where your life is going to take you, where you're going to take your life and your life experience. Where we start is not where we go or where we finish. It's entirely up to us. And I know a lot of people don't believe that, but until you believe that, you won't go after what you want. You won't change and create what it is that you want in your life. And the other thing that that Born with a Silver Spoon in Your Mouth reminds me of is that we can make excuses or we can make progress. We can list reasons why we have or haven't done something or why something's not working out for us. Or we can say, okay, well, I tried that. It didn't work. What am I going to do next to make progress toward what it is that I want? We always have a choice in how we respond, how we react, and how we look at our experiences and look at and view the things that we try, the things that we want to accomplish. It's up to us to choose the different perspective we want to look at the situation with, which is why I like idioms, right? I like idioms because they force me to think about, well, where did this come from? What does it mean according to the definitions and experts? And then what does it mean to me when I want to apply it to and think about it with respect to business and growing my business? Because those are different perspectives. And when I look at something with different perspectives, all of a sudden I start to see different possibilities and different relationships and different things that I've never even noticed or seen before. Our lesson today for our annual challenge, the BU 365-day challenge, where we're doing one thing every day that improves us, is about financial power. Now, there's lots of ways to think about financial power, but I kind of think about my financial power is to me tied a little bit to my definition of financial success. So I shared a bunch of different items and lists about how do you increase your financial power? How do you move more toward what you want? Because most of us want to be more financially powerful, right? And our question, our action item today is, are you already at the financial power level or the financial position that you want, right? And I'm like, heck no, not yet. Will I be? Yep, someday I plan to be, but I'm not yet. Have I been there and back and been there and back? Yes. Hate to admit it, but I actually personally have been. I've been up, I've been down, and that's, I think, the nature of my life. But if I look at my lifeline financially, and we're going to do that in a couple of days as part of the challenge, I see that I'm trending upward in the direction that I want to go, right? Even though I have some big dips, I still have some big highs and big lows, but I'm still moving upward in the trajectory of my lifeline graph. And that's what I want. That's making progress. And as long as we're making progress and moving toward what we want, our life is usually going in the direction we want. Does it mean every day we feel like we're making progress in every area and aspect of our life? No. Newsflash. We all have good days and bad days, up days and down days, days where we make great progress and other days where we go back a few steps. But that's life. And that's all part of the fun and the experience, because the steps back are where we get to learn the lessons and learn what works and doesn't work for us, because we want to always be doing more of what works for us and makes us feel good and less of what doesn't work for us and makes us feel bad and makes us go backwards, right? But if we think we're going to have this straight line trajectory to everything we want as soon as we're born, even people born with a silver spoon in their mouth don't get that, right? All right. Projects, lots of them. Anyway, if I can help you with anything business related or probably personal development related or annual challenge related, please ask. Don't be stuck. I have a friend who was sharing a vulnerability story about how the other day, I think it was on LinkedIn, she has always felt different. And I am like, it reminded me, and I actually had a discussion with one of my coaching clients about this, is that, guess what? Every single one of us we're connected, but we're also an island. We always feel like, and it's true, we are the person experiencing all of our experiences. But a lot of times it feels so, and it is personal, but it feels just personal and like we're the only one going through it. And no matter what you're going through, and I mean no matter what you're going through, other people, usually millions of other people, have had a similar experience or the exact same. Thousands of people, I guarantee, no matter what you're going through, thousands of people have had the exact same experience, but it will feel different to each of us, each of the 1,000 of us. And it's up to us to decide, and we have the choice, how we're going to respond and what we're going to do with that experience, right? Some of the worst experiences in my life have helped me to make the most progress and personal growth and development because they help me to change my direction and give myself permission to choose something else, because I wasn't giving myself permission to choose something else in the current state, the current situation. And what I needed more than anything was to bust out of my comfort zone and make different choices, see things different. All right, I have pontificated enough today, and I've got tons to do. So if I can help you anyway, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow. Have a fantastic day.